Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from the Deer Run Branch Library. I am going to show you how to make an easy paper garland for parties at home. Okay, in order to make the paper garland, you just need construction paper or scrapbooking paper. Plain colors or printed is fine. Pencil, scissors, a ruler, and then a sewing needle and thread. You're going to use that to string the shapes together and hang it up. So the reason I like doing these is because you can customize them for whatever occasion you are doing. So if it's a birthday party with a specific theme, or baby shower or bridal shower, you can customize the colors and the prints and the patterns to whatever you're doing, or if it's just for fun. So I know sometimes kiddos like to have a little personality to their room, so they will sometimes do something like this and just hang it from their windows. That's fun. You can hang it from your window, fireplace. You can use it to dress up a buffet. Anything like that would be cool. So what I did, the size and shapes I used, I just took my paper and I measured, for instance, the green is a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch square. So I measured that all on the paper and then I cut out all my squares. And then for the triangles that I did, I also measured a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch square. But then when I cut my squares out, I cut the squares in half, and then you have, two triangles that you can use to hang up with, like that. The circles, if you have a scrapbooking hole punch type a circle punch, you can do circle punch with that, or you could just get something, a household item that you have at home, like a cup, and you can trace the circles that way if you're not really good about freehanding circles, which I'm not. It also gives you the option to do a smaller circle or a larger circle. Either way, you can trace and cut the circles out. And then in order to do like a little dimension or different size, I did a 4 inch by 2.5 inch rectangle. So once you get all your shapes cut out, you are ready to string it together and hang it up. And I like doing just a needle and thread because it's pretty easy to string it together, and it provides just enough weight, or holds it together just enough that it's not going to come crashing down or distract from your patterns and prints that you have picked out. So I would recommend when you string your shapes onto the needle and thread that you go in the same way each time to each piece. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let me thread my needle here. So I'm keeping my thread attached to my spool at the one end because I don't know how long I want it to be until I get them all the shapes on. So you just try not to unravel too much, because then it can get knotted and tangled and then you'll have to start all over again anyway. But what I mean is, if I'm starting with this shape, I'm going to come in the front and thread it through, and then I'm going to come back through on the back side and thread it through. And then my next shape, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in the front and thread it through, and then I'm going to come in the back and thread it through. Now these are smaller, so you might think, well, I can just go through once and on to the next one, not come back through the shape. But I recommend coming in and out of it, and that helps hold the circle or square forward or forward facing, so it doesn't flip around as easily. So basically you just thread each shape, come in through the front and back through on the back side, and you just kind of go down the line, and as you go you can scoot them down the thread until you have them all on. And then I would give maybe a generous amount of thread at each end. You can kind of space it out as you go to get a general idea of what your spacing that you want to be is. If you want them on top of each other or more spread apart, you can account for that. But when you get to the end and you put your last one on, leave a good, 12 to 18 inches of thread so that you can tie it or tape it to whatever you want so that you can hang it up. But I really like making these, like I said, because you can customize them to the party theme or colors that you want to do. And you can make a lot of them for fairly cheap, and you can keep them. They store awesome. You can just stick them on top of each other like that, and it's a little tiny space, and you have, party decorations to go pretty much any time. So I hope you tackle some party garland yourself and be creative and have fun.